Hello, good afternoon, and happy Monday. Welcome to today's live Pilates session. I hope that you are all feeling good and feeling excited for today's session. I'm going to give it a few minutes just so that it can catch up. You can grab your mats along, roll it out. Today is going to be a no equipment class. So we'll get started in just a few minutes. We will also have a Q&A session after the class. So you're welcome to stay after the class, come and ask your questions, whether it's from this session or previous sessions that you've done, that you're just needing some more information on, anything that you get stuck on when it comes to your Pilates and building your strength. So today's going to be a more classical style. So we're going to be focusing on that more traditional style of Pilates, adding in a little bit of twisting and a little bit of fun in there as well, just to keep things still fresh, but it will be more traditional style with no equipment. So we're going to get started in a moment, lying on our backs. So if you want to come there so long you can, we'll start with some breath work, warm up, and then we'll get into all of the good stuff. All right, so I'm just going to take a moment. We're going to come to seated at the short end of the mat. Let's take a moment there, wrap the hands behind the knees, sitting up tall, coming together, finding that length through the back of your body. Feel that you can sit up taller, finding the lift of your head to the ceiling, maybe opening up through your chest. Allowing your shoulders to just rest on your back. Nice big breath in, finding more length through your spine. And as you exhale, feel that your rib cage wraps in, you're zipping up from your belly button, sitting up taller. Maybe drawing yourself closer to your knees, pressing into your feet a little bit more. Can you feel the activation in your back? Maybe broadening the breath into the back of your chest. One more breath. And we're going to start to curve the spine, lower back curls towards the mat, gently curling away from the legs, just halfway. Hold it at your sweet spot, breath in. Exhale, rolling it up. At the top, inhale, broaden and lift your chest to the ceiling. Exhale, round your lower back, all the way to the midway point. Let your hands drag down your legs. Exhale, curl it up. Inhale, open the chest. Continuing this flow at your own pace. Deepening that scoop of the lower abdominals. Pulling your belly button up towards your chest. And then at the top, as you lift your chest to the ceiling, gaze slightly up. Feel the spread of the collarbones. Let's go 2. And 1 more. We're going to curl it all the way back this time. Maybe walk your feet in a little bit closer if you need. Take your time, come all the way down to the mat. And bring your hands down next to the side of your body. Feet are close to you, in line with your hips. We're going to take those hips, roll them towards your shoulders and up off the mat. Pause at the tips of the shoulder blades, big breath in. And exhale, breath rolling all the way down. And then release the hips as you breathe in again. We're going to continue curling up and down. And take that pause at the top for your inhale breath. Pressing into your pinky fingers, feel how your chest opens. You find more activation through the back of your body. And can you slow it down, finding equal pressure on both sides of your back, both feet, both shoulders. Maybe pulling your heels in a little bit more, finding activation in the glutes. 1 more. Feel that you can deepen the curl, find the tips of your shoulder blades, big breath in. And rolling it all the way down. Hands are going to come behind your head. Elbows are off the mat in the corners of your eyes. Chest lift, exhale. We lift the chest. Draw the rib cage down. Big breath in. Exhale, breath as you lower. We exhale on the way up and down. Big breath in at the top and bottom. Feel that you sink your rib cage into the ground as you lift. And breathing into the back of your rib cage as you breathe in. Can you feel the pressure of your head in your hands so that your neck is relaxed, your head is resting, your core is working to lift you at the top? Hold. You're going to tuck your pelvis in, pull your belly button to the mat, press your hips away from you, and then lower your chest. We take an exhale breath up. Roll your pelvis in, deep breath in. Exhale, push the pelvis away. Lower the chest. We rock the hips in and out. Feel that space in your lower back as you press your hips away, and then you close your lower back to the mat as you roll your hips in. Can you feel those obliques in the side of your waist? And that deep transverse abdominals are working as you roll your hips in. Let's go 2 more. And last one. We're going to hold it at the top. Press your hips away. Find that neutral. Little space under the lower back. Rotate towards me. Tip of the shoulder blade up and over to the other side. Brilliant. Just going side to side, lifting your top elbow to the ceiling. Keeping those arms nice and wide. Can you press into your feet a little bit more, finding stability in the legs and hips? 2 more rounds. Final. We'll come back through center, roll it down, bring the arms to T and legs to tabletop. Squeeze your heels together. If your quads are tight, you can just open your knees a little bit. Find the weight in your tailbone. Rotate your knees over to the one side. And then come back to center as you exhale. And we twist, deep breath in, exhale, center. Keeping both of your shoulders on the ground as you twist. And press your top knee towards that wall next to you, finding a deeper rotation. Good, we're going to stay here. We're going to add on a level. You're going to twist and hold it. Lift your top leg to the ceiling. Bring it back down and come back through center. So we're slowing it down, deepening that oblique connection. Top leg lifts, lowers, and center. Deep breath in as you twist. Exhale, that leg is coming up. Inhale, it lowers. Exhale, center. And center, let's go. Final one. Can you feel that waist working? Hips are stabilizing. And center. And bring it all the way in. We're going to bring those feet down to the mat in line with your hips and hands next to the side of your body. Rolling it up into the bridge. We're going to stay at the top of our bridge. So to get situated, you want to press into your feet, pull your feet towards your hips, squeeze through the glutes and hamstrings, and generously push into your arms. You're going to pull one leg to tabletop, hold it there. You're going to tap the mat and then lift. All while trying to keep your hips stable. So pressing into that bottom foot for support. Option to go with a straight leg. Take your time. We're going to be adding on in just 3 more. And 2, press into the arms. Tuck the hips a little more. 1. Hold the leg at the top. Lift your heel. Lower the heel. Leg goes down. Lift, then heel. Lower the heel. So if you've got that bent leg, you're tapping the toe to the mat. You bring the leg up and then lift the heel. 4. 3 more. 2. 1 more. We're going to keep this leg long. We're going to lower the hips down. Keep them down on the mat. Legs circle. Take that leg down to the mat, around and lift. Pressing into your bottom foot and hip. You want to imagine balancing a cup on the pelvis. Try not to swing the hips. 3, 2. We reverse at the top, out to the side, down and straight up. Press your head into the ground a little more for stability. 3. Feel how your core lifts that leg. And 1, hold it there. Grab behind your leg, lift your chest, straighten the bottom leg. Single leg stretch for 9. 8, lift a little higher. 7. Press your tailbone into the ground. 4, 3, 2. On the last one, you should have that opposite leg in hand. Bend your bottom knee and lower your chest. Tabletop the leg at the top. We're taking the hips up. Bridge position. Lower and lift the top leg. Press your shoulder blades into the ground. Feel that stability. Option to stay with the bent knee or a straight leg. If you're straightening that leg, you want to feel that your hip bones are not swaying. So tucking that pelvis, maybe drop the rib cage a little more. 2 more, and we're lifting that heel. And 1, bring it in, lift that heel, lower, and leg goes down. Lift the leg, heel. Good, take this at your own pace. I'm just going to bring my bottom leg a little bit closer. And that's your invitation to check in with yourself and adjusting as you need. Let's go 3. Can you think of pulling your belly button in as your leg goes down? And 1. We bring it in. Keep that leg up, lower the hips. Circles, straight down, out and lift. If you find that your bottom leg is swaying, think of squeezing your inner thighs together, even though they're not touching. And if that is still unstable, make your circle a little smaller. 3, 2, 1. We reverse out around and straight up. Stretch that leg up and out of the hip. For 3, 2, and 1. This time we're doing single leg stretch. So bend that knee, grab to the top of the shin, lift the chest. Your bottom leg is stretching out but coming up a little bit higher. And then switch and grab the leg. A little bit slower this time. Pull your leg in towards your nose, lifting up from your mid-back. And then try and tip some weight into your tail. Big exhale as you switch. For 4, 3, 2. Good job. 1 more. We bring it in. Both legs to the chin. Extend the legs and arms. Double leg stretch. Grab the legs. And inhale. And out. Lift through that chest. Lengthen through your head. 2 more. Shoulders rest on your back for 1. Lower your chest and slide your legs away. Well done. Just getting situated, maybe push yourself back a little bit. We want your heels to press into the ground, almost kind of gripping a little bit. Stretch your arms to the ceiling. Half lift that chest. Full roll up. Dive up and over the legs towards the toes. Exhale, pull yourself back from the core, rolling it down. Option to go all the way down or pause halfway, roll back up. So like the start of class, you want to scoop. You want to feel like you're pulling your belly button up and inward to your chest as you curl back. At the top, can you pull your rib cage back? Reach your arms forward. Maybe press your heels into the ground a little more grip. One more. Diving it forward. All the way to a straight spine. Hands are behind you. Fingers are turned out or turned in for more challenge. Press into the hands, but soften those elbows so that you can spiral open through your shoulders and your chest. Sitting up a little bit taller, maybe tilt your head a little bit back. From here, we're going to press into the heels, lift your hips up. Continue to lift your hips by pressing into your hands. See how high you can get. And then slowly press into your heels as you lower down. Now you have the option to go straight legs or bend your knees in. As you lift, you're thinking of your knees or your toes going towards the ground. So if you've got these bent legs, you're thinking knees to toes, and straight legs, toes to the floor. Good, so we're just slowing it down here for a moment. I really want you to focus in on pelvic curl. So tucking the pelvis, press the weight into your hands. Maybe squeeze the glutes as you lift. Pause at your max and come down. 2 more. Can you press into the ground as you lower your hips? Lengthen your head to the ceiling. And 1. Brilliant. Pressing into the hands, lengthen through the neck. Release those arms, open the legs. Stretch the arms forward. Soften your knees if you need to. We want that straight back. We dive it forward, chin to chest. Roll forward, pull the core back. Stretch. Exhale, roll it up. Let those shoulders rest on your back, so we try not to squeeze them into the ears. Allow your neck to be long in all directions. And finding that straight spine as you come to the top and that deep C curve as you lower. Pull the core in a little deeper. Stretch your toes a tiny bit more to the ceiling. Can you feel those hamstrings and glutes? Let's go 1 more. And to the top. Release the arms, turn to face me. Side lying work. We're going to bend through that bottom knee. Top leg is straight. We're going to go down to that forearm, elbow underneath the shoulder, and then you're slightly going to shift away from the arm to give you the strength in that side body. Let's take it up. We take an exhale breath. We're lifting through that rib cage, and then the hip. Lower the hip. Exhale, we're going up. And each time you want to think rib cage and then hip. Try keep your rib cage away from the ground when the hip comes down. Catching a bit of a sweat here. Don't know about you, if it's hot on your side. Hopefully you have the aircon. Alrighty, as we're lifting, we're tilting the head slightly down, stretching it towards that wall next to you. 3 more we add on. Can you feel that your rib cage narrows as you lift? It pulls back and in. We've got 1. We're going to hold it at the top. Stretch through the top arm. Reach a little higher. Find more lift. Twist underneath you. And back up to the ceiling. Open the chest. We're going down. And open. Feel that you take that exhale. Wrap the rib cage in. Feel like you pull your chest away from the ground. And then center. Let's combine it. We open, lower and lift the hip, and twist. Twist is coming from the waist. Hips are in neutral and stable. I'll show you in a minute what it looks like if I take my hip with me. If I let that drop, we want to lift and spiral around the hips. Let's go 2. Good, one more. Bring it in, lower the hips, hands behind your head, elbow comes forward, head pushes back. Option to stay down on the hip or lifting it up for more challenge. We're gonna lift and lower the top leg. And down. Think of taking that bottom shoulder backwards a little bit, finding the work in the oblique. Think of lifting through your hip as your leg comes up. 2 more. And 1. Can you hold it? We're going forward and back. We flex forward. Pull back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Option to lower the hip. Good. 3. Press your head into your hand. Feel that core. And 1. Bring it in. Lower it down. And let's take it for a stretch up and over. Well done if you stayed up there that whole time. And if not, you can work on getting stronger. As you twist down, find that stretch here along the back of your hip. Should feel really nice after that. Let's take it up and over to the other side. Find your T-arm. Press your hand as far away from you and take a twist around. Reach across the room. Open it back up. We're just going to go for 3 more, regathering the breath. Finding the stretch in that bottom glute. And 1 more. And then we're going to take it over to the other side. Alrighties. Open it up. Let's take it over to the other side. So we're down on the forearm, bottom leg bent, top leg straight in line with your hip. Finding that alignment. We're taking it up, we're lifting at the rib cage, and then the hip. Lower the hip. Try to keep that rib cage up. Good. Can you tilt your head down a little bit more? Maybe looking down at your wrist if your neck is bothering you. Pressing into that forearm. Feel like you're pulling yourself up and away from the ground. Good. We're going to go up for 3. 2 more, and then we add that twist. And 1. We're going to stretch up through that arm, taking a twist down and under. Lifting up. Think of pressing the back of your head to the ceiling as you twist, finding activation in the back. And as you come through center, stretch to the ceiling, keeping your arm in front of your body. 1 more, we go down and up with the hip. Open it up, down, lift, and twist. Thinking of that waist, twisting at the waist, trying to keep those hips in neutral. Hip bones point forward. Nice, how are we feeling? A little bit more coordinated here on this side. Let's go 2 more. And 1. Brilliant work bringing it down, hand behind your head. Elbow comes in front, which allows you to push back and pull your core in. You can stay down or we're going up with that hip. Leg is lifting and lowering, straight up and down. Can you think of up and out of that shoulder? All right, so push your elbow away from you. Pull that rib cage away from the ground. You can think of making that weight, taking that weight all the way into your bottom leg. Long line, heel to head for 3. Good, let's go 2. Forward and back on 1. Lift and hold, flex forward. Pull back. Squeeze that glute. So this pulls in, that squeezes. 4. Elbow forward. We've got 2 glutes working. I'm with you. 1 more. Well done. Bring it in. Z-sit. And stretch. I'm sure you all heard me dying in the end there. I'm with you in the stretch. Let's twist it out. Find that stretch through the back of your waist, your glute, all the way up and over, straight to the side, mermaid. Let's twist it out, reach across the room. Big stretch, open up, exhale as you twist. Deep breath in as you stretch open. Take this at your own pace. Let that bottom shoulder swivel. Lengthen through the head a little more. Brilliant. Open it up and unfold. We're coming into prone. Face down on the mat. We're going to have ourselves all the way down to the ground this afternoon. Stretch your arms out next to your waist. Palms are turned in. Your thumbs are pointing down to the ground. Pinky fingers to the ceiling. And there's some space between your face and the mat. Let's take that chest, lift it up, deep breath in. And lower as you exhale. Inhale on the up, exhale on the down. You want to think of lengthening through your head, finding that mid and upper back activation. Maybe think of squeezing your hands towards your legs to open through the chest a little more. One more we're going to add on. You're going to lift up through the back, hold it, lift the legs. Squeeze the glutes, lower the legs, lower the chest. Deep breath in, we go chest, exhale legs. Inhale, legs come down. Exhale, lower the chest. Take this at your own pace, finding your form, maintaining your core. Maybe stretching through your head and your heels a little more. Last two. Can you feel that full body activation? Triceps, back, glutes. Last one. And down. Stretch your arms away. Press your hands into the ground, lift your legs. Head is floating off the ground, kick your legs. You can imagine that you're swimming through the water. Tiny kicks of the legs, knees are off the floor. Gaze is down, neck is long. Float your hands off the ground. Can you keep your hips and torso stable? If you need your hands, place them down. Shoulders lightly draw away from your ears. Neck is long. Deep breath in for 5. Exhale for 5. Try to lift the belly button off the ground. 2 more rounds. Maybe kick a little bit faster. Final round. Well done. Lower the legs, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, lifting the chest, full stretch into swan. Elbows leave the ground only if it feels good. Lowering down on the exhale. Let's cool it down, big breath, and we're coming up. Stretching through the front of the body. Lifting the crown of your head to the ceiling. Legs are wide, toes down to the ground. Think of pulling your sternum forward to the front of your mat, then to the wall in front of you. Last 2. And 1, press into your hands so that your shoulders stay down when you lower. We're going to come all the way down. We're going to tuck into the toes. Press your hips back into child's pose position. You can take your knees nice and wide. Stretch your arms away from you, just taking a moment there, finding space in your neck and shoulders. We're going to come forward into 4-point. Tuck your toes under. Lift the hips to pike position. Try get all 10 toes to the ground. And then bicycle those legs. Pressing into your pinky fingers, spiral open through your shoulders. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more each side. And then lower the knees down. Open the chest, deep breath in, exhale as you round cat-cow. Curling from your hips to your head. And then release, open the chest. Feel that you draw your shoulder blades away from your ears as you open the chest. Pressing into your pinky fingers. 2 more. And then we're going to twist it out to finish it off. See if you can gaze through your legs on your final curl, finding that full stretch. Straight spine. Reach your arm up, take a twist. Reach your hips back, just take a moment there to stretch. Up and over to the other side. Spiral under, find a stretch. Lengthen through your arm. Well done, everyone. Let's bring it all the way back in. Bring your hand in, back to center. Press your hips back and roll it up. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me for today's session. I hope you enjoyed that more classical style, combining it with a little bit more variety, but making it accessible for all bodies. If this is all for you today, thank you so much for joining me. We do this every Monday, so if it's your first time, welcome. It's so lovely to have you here. You can come back and join us next week. And for everybody that is staying, we're going to have a chat now. We'll do a Q&A. So come ask your questions, say hi. I love connecting and chatting with you guys. Have an amazing week for everybody else, and then I will see you next week. All right, let's see how we are feeling. I am feeling warm. Hello, wow, hi everybody. So lovely to have you all back. Hi Lucy, how are we feeling in the UK? It's so hot here today, as you can tell. I hope it's cooler there on your side. Quick sip of water. How did we manage today? Did you find anything that came up that was challenging? Anything that you felt, oh, I wasn't able to do this before, but now it's making a little bit more sense? Let me know. Big heart, hi. Oh, regathering my breath. Muggy and warm, still struggling with a cough. Goodness. But well done for coming today, even with your cough. Hopefully you're able to get through most of it and the cough didn't hold you back too much, because that was a rough cough. I'm glad that you're still able to join today. Did you find that there was anything that you modified, maybe dialed back so that you could make it more accessible? Muggy and warm, I can relate to that very much. Staying hydrated. So I thought I would also mention that if you would like to ask a question or comment, then you just need to make sure that you subscribe. I think it's set that you need to subscribe in order to chat. So just in case anyone is trying to chat and they're not sure how to, I thought I would just mention that as well. Lots of dialing back in the side work. Well done. Yeah. The side work we're starting to build up from working from the ground up. So I'm so glad that you took that adjustment, staying closer to the ground to support yourself and make the movements more accessible. Really happy to hear that. Well done. I think it's always an invitation for us to do what we can, especially when we're still kind of getting better after being sick. It's so important that we dial things back, we keep that movement going, but we don't wear ourselves out. And then we also don't have to wait until we get better to start moving again. So I'm really proud of you. All right, so I'm going to just stay for a few more minutes, and then you can ask any questions, anything that came up for you in terms of alignment, modifications, or progressions that you are looking for. I will then have this uploaded on the live section on YouTube after the class, as well as on the on-demand where you get no ads. So there will be ads on our live replay, but in the on-demand there is no ads. So it just depends on what feels best for you. Good. And then I will see you all every Monday for our live at 4:30 on a Monday, and there are no ads during our live sessions. Next week, I will keep you posted. Next week, Monday, I'll see. We're going to try and do our live, but I won't be here. So we're going to see if we can do it from the other location. If I do, I will let everybody know. It will be quite fun and quite exciting to be in a new location. So yeah, I'll let you all know how that goes. But if I can't go live, then I will make sure that there is an upload. For everybody that is just joining now, hi, we are now in our Q&A session. We just had our live Pilates session, which is a 30-minute full body workout, which we do every Monday at 4:30 BST. And so if you missed that, the live replay will be up soon, and then you can join in for that, and then come and join us next week live at this time. All right, I'm going to upload this now. I hope that you all have an amazing week and weekend, and I will see you next week, Monday. Thanks for joining. Bye.